Hachiko was a Japanese Akita dog, remembered for his remarkable loyalty to his owner, Mr. Hidesaburo, for whom he waited for 9 years after Mr. Hidesaburo had died. Hachiko was born on November 10th, 1923 at a farm near the city of Odate in the Akita prefecture. In 1924, Mr. Hidesaburo, then a professor at the Tokyo Imperial University, brought him to live in Shibuya, Tokyo as his pet. Hachiko would meet Mr. Hidesaburo at the Shibuya station every day after his commute home. This continued until May 21st, 1925, when Mr. Hidesaburo died of a cerebral hemorrhage while at work. From then until his death on March 8, 1935, Hachiko would return to Shibuya station every day to wait for Mr. Hidesaburo to come back. During his life, Hachiko was held up in Japanese culture as an example of loyalty and staying faithful. Since his death, he continues to be remembered worldwide in popular culture with statues, movies, and books. Hachiko is known in Japanese as Chuken Hachiko, the faithful dog Hachiko. When Mr. Hidesaburo took Hachiko to live with him in Tokyo, the pair were inseparable. Mr. Hidesaburo would commute every day to work, and Hachiko would leave the house and meet him at the train station when he returned. The pair continued this daily routine, Mr. Hidesaburo going to work and Hachiko going to the train station to meet him when he returned. Until one day in May 1925, when Mr. Hidesaburo didn't return. Hachiko had no way of knowing, but Mr. Hidesaburo had died of a brain hemorrhage during his lecture. He died without ever returning to the train station. Following Mr. Hidesaburo's death, each day for the next 9 years, 9 months, and 15 days, Hachiko waited for Mr. Hidesaburo's return, appearing precisely when the train was due at the train station. Hachiko attracted the attention of other commuters. Many of the people who frequented the Shibuya train station had seen Hachiko and Professor Hidesaburo together every day. Initial reactions from the people, especially from those working at the train, were not necessarily friendly at first. However, after the first article about Hachiko appeared in the newspaper on October 4th, 1932, people started to bring Hachiko treats and food to nourish him during his wait. One of Mr. Hidesaburo's students, who developed expertise on the Akita dog breed, saw the dog at the station and followed him to the home of Mr. Hidesaburo's former gardener, where he learned the history of Hachiko's life. Shortly after the meeting, the former student published a documented census of Akitas in Japan. His research found that there were only 30 purebred Akitas left, including Hachiko from Shibuya Station. He returned frequently to visit Hachiko, and over the years he published several articles about the dog's remarkable loyalty. In 1932, one of his articles, published in the newspaper, placed the dog in the national spotlight. Hachiko became a national sensation. His faithfulness to his master's memory impressed the people of Japan as a spirit of family loyalty to which all should strive to achieve. Teachers and parents used Hachiko's vigil as an example for children to follow. Teru Ando rendered a sculpture of the dog, and throughout the country, a new awareness of the Akita breed grew. Eventually, Hachiko's faithfulness became a national symbol of loyalty, particularly to the person and institution of emperors. On March 8, 1935, Hachiko passed away at the ripe old age of 11 years old. He had spent his entire life waiting for his master to return at the train station. The same train stop and the same train station where his master had said his final goodbye and strolled off to work. He returned there every day and waited for him to come back until the end of his life. There's a statue of Hachiko at the Shibuya train station, and it is also one of the 5 exits. Each year on March 8th, Hachiko's devotion is honored with a solemn ceremony of remembrance at Shibuya Station. Hundreds of dog lovers often turn out to honor his memory and his loyalty.